Hey, chess fans, I want to bring you an ending that I played. I ended up winning, but I learned a lot from it as well because I think I rushed the ending and I was lucky. I was lucky to win the game. So I'll tell you why. This was a blitz game. And in this position, I decided to give up my knight and win an end game a pawn up. And I've mentioned in some of my other videos that sometimes a pawn isn't enough, and that could have been the case here. So after rook takes knight, I decided to let him have the knight, get down to the seventh rank, which is often very 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 strong. But in this position, I'm giving him the knight and I'm taking this pawn, knowing that I'm going to take the b7 pawn as well, or the a7 pawn, depending on what he does. He takes this pawn, and I take this pawn, and now we have a end game where I'm up one pawn, and the computer here says that I am better by 0.74, which is almost three quarters of a pawn. So it's not quite a pawn according to computer calculation. And to just show you what happened in the game, I mean, Black messed it up, but there was a way that I think Black could have, with correct play, could have got a draw. And of course, I'm going to make mistakes as well, so I need to take this into consideration when I'm going to go into an ending one pawn up. Unless I really know I've got the advantage, I should probably wait for more. So in this game, I mean, it looked something like this. Um, and I think this was a point where Black really went wrong. I think the idea is that you shouldn't bring the king over there because eventually the king might need to come out into the center. Depending on what happens. So I think the idea here behind this, I mean, um, he put his king in a really bad square. I mean, it's pinned by it pins his own pawn as well, the pawn on g7. So um, I played here, and of course the most sensible move for me now would be to try to trade rooks because then this is an easy job. I'll go through I find this easy. I'll go through what happened. It's just I end up getting a queen, and then I can run down and well, he didn't play it out, but I mean, he's not going to get one of his pawns across. I'll get a second king and queen and just go and checkmate him. So if we go back, here to this is when after he makes this move, the game is you know I have it well in hand. I don't have any worries. But if we go back to oh well, if you just want to show that here in this position, I am up one pawn. If I do everything right, um, and I'm able to get a pass pawn across, then I'll win. But he's got a rook on the board. He's going to have an opportunity to perhaps maybe pick up this pawn. Um, so there's always play or counterplay in it, and then if I push this pawn, then if he can get his rook activated, there might be other targets. So um, in order to I want to show you what I should have done, um, and what I should have done is not that kind of the dubious plan. What I should have done here, and I can see it with the computer now, is just to play calm. I think I was in too much of a rush. I wanted to go into that end game up a pawn and try to finish it. But this is so much better. Um, in this position, we're actually equal pawns, but I'm up a full piece. So I should probably hold on to that. And look what this beautiful knight does. This beautiful knight stops the rook from coming in here. And then, I'm able to plans like, getting my rook to an a semi-open file, bringing my king into the game, getting my king to support this passed pawn here. So much easier. I don't know what was going through my head at the time. You can just, if we just play through, some of the moves. If he plays here like that, I guess his idea is he's going for to come down and try to take this pawn. So the computer says the best way to do it is here, and then um, well, third best move is what I was seeing here, and of course, there's I guess there's a few ways to look at it. I would have played here. Computer says this is the third best move. Um, um, yeah, and there's always this move, threatening checkmate. So forcing this, and then um, after here, king has only one square to go is g7. And then I play here, and then when king moves here, um, wow, look, taking another pawn that way. Um, and let's say king goes to e6 to threaten the rook. Look at this, beautiful. Knight to f8, check, and defending the rook. King has to move here, and now I guess there's so many neat plans here. H4 is the top computer move, which I don't particularly understand. I think I like this one a little bit better here, or the idea would be here. Now, I'm not saying that this is an easy win for white, but let's say, for example, that black does try to go after one of these pawns. Let him have this one here. Let him have the b3 pawn. King comes up, starting to centralize the king is a good idea. And then if he takes b3, you take this one. And if he goes after this pawn, push. And if he goes after it again, says h4. Playing h4 is a move. I mean, I would like to play this. Nothing wrong with it. Here. And it's still, it's still looking much better than now, because now I have the 3 pawns against 2, but I have 1 passed pawn. I guess he does have some counterplay on the a file. Let's see about what would be a kind of a plan to for white now. Maybe about moving the king. Computer doesn't like it as much. To a1, and it's really making this move h4. Rook h1, g3. Again, this is much better than the line I played into. I did get lucky because of my opponent. Um, sort of made it easier for me in the end game. But if you can just see that with the knight, keeping the knight on the board and not trying to simplify and rush your way into an end game, you're going to be in much better shape. Let's look at after rook f1, king e4, and then the rook is sort of he wants to go rook over here, which is this. I think a more human move might have been this. But I guess now, oh yeah, I see why this one is not that good. Let's see if black continues on with um, this plan. There's a checkmate. So lots of things actually really can present themselves if you start getting those pawns rolling. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video and got something out of this. It's end games are really important, and it's important to study them and look at them, because often at the end of the game you've used a lot of your energy on the middle game and opening sometime, well, especially the middle game, and it's nice to have lots of really good end game instincts, because then of course you don't you can use your intuition to lead you to some good plans. You still have to calculate, but it is, yeah, I can't stress enough how important it is to study your end games. All right. Thank you for watching.